Two wins out of two then for Manchester City in Group C after a 3-0 victory away against Marseille. Jules still with us. Shaka Hislop joins the conversation as well. Shaka, this is the best performance I've seen from Man City, I think, this season.
Yeah, and it's one that they had to work pretty hard for. Marseille played 5 at the back, three in midfield, and just denied City any real space, especially without an out-and-out striker. Their front three played very flat. And found things a little bit frustrating in the first 45. Marseille played a part in City's opening goal, but then, in truth, it just became too much for Marseille later on. City romped home comfortably and fully deserving. Just too much talent and for too long wore Marseille down.
Why don't City play like this every week, every day? It feels like at the moment, Jules.
well, for starters, you're not going to come up against a team like Marseille, who are going to just stay with 8 at the back and somehow hope to get something up.
But they do, Shaka, don't they? They do in the Premier League. That's what people do. They pack the defence and then try and get them on the counter. We've seen teams do that a lot. It's not like Marseille did anything particularly different. Just Manchester City just seemed a lot better today.
I thought they were frustrated for long periods. They controlled the ball from beginning to end and found chances hard to come by, especially when you look at the first 45. I really just think that the big difference between Marseille and maybe what you see from others in the Premier League is that it just got worn down. That the pressure just told they couldn't stand it any longer. Eventually, the dam burst, and you saw City romp home, whereas at times, I think in the league, City have tried to get their defenders involved and push too far up and left holes at the back and open to counterattack and sometimes get exposed. No real issues like that against Marseille, who I don't think really were hoping for much more than a draw by the looks of it.
Jules, Shaka saying it's easy for City when they take on a team from a farmers league.
It's easy when you take on a team like Marseille. That's why it is. They wish they're playing Marseille every week, Dan. I'm telling you that. Just don't with your PSG ways. Having a go at poor old Marseille. They beat you, didn't they, earlier in the season? They did beat us. And you know what? I was disappointed because I really expected them to go for it. I knew they would play 5 at the back. And that the idea, at least the idea, was to play like Leicester did a few weeks ago, like Lyon did in the final 8 against City. But they never turned up. You can't just have a low block of 5 defenders and that's it. That's not enough to beat City. You also need, when you have the ball, to use it in the right way. You know, to go on the counter, but have that verticality, to go quick in transition, which they never did at all. It was embarrassing at times to see the way they were playing. And when you gift the goal to City the way they did after 15 minutes, then the game is over. Marseille were never going to come back from being 1-0 down and concede a goal in that way anyway. So, yeah, of course, at times they made it a bit difficult for City, but that third goal is poetry in motion. The second goal is poor defending again. And I guess there could have been more. It's just, I really thought and really hoped that Marseille would go for it. But if you're not aggressive, if you don't at times put a lot of intensity in the game, you're never going to beat them.
Manchester City, of course, up there in the conversation when it comes to favourites to win this tournament, though very much at the top at the moment, Bayern Munich, and it's not even close. Although, Shaka, they were made to work hard for their 3 points today.
Yeah, especially what we've seen from Bayern in recent weeks, both in the league and Champions League. I fully expected Bayern to again romp home, but they were made to work for this win, Bayern Munich, and probably that's a little bit of a wake-up call for them. A good thing. I mean, I'm not sure how to spin this other than Bayern get the 3 points, made to work a little harder than we've maybe come to expect from Bayern. I still think they're the best team in European football and continues to show.
Didn't you have Aston Villa at the top of your power rankings, though, Shaq?
Yeah, that's because Bayern Munich lost to Hoffenheim 4-1 in the league a few weeks ago. That's all. That my power rankings does not mean to suggest that I think Villa are going to beat Bayern Munich 9 times out of 10, Daniel.
14 straight Champions League victories for Bayern. It's something else, Jules.
It's incredible. And even when they're not on a great day like today, I mean, they had a lot of possession, but where I thought a bit fragile defensively, and Lokomotiv had scored a good goal, but also had a couple of chances. Luis at the end as well, and then Joshua Kimmich just comes, pops out, and then scored a wonderful volley to win the game. And it's just like, it's just incredible. They've got so much confidence, so much momentum that even when they're not playing well, they know exactly that they will find a way of winning. And they were not as clinical as against Atletico or against Frankfurt the weekend either, but they still know exactly what to do or how to do enough to win a game like this. And I don't know who will stop them, if someone will, but they will have to be really, really strong.
I was getting ahead of myself. Apparently, it's still only 13. Oh, rubbish, Bayern. They can, of course, make it 14 if
13,
they beat Salzburg in the third round of matches. Salzburg were up 2-1 against Atleti in Madrid. Atleti, though, coming from behind to get the win there and register their first points of the group.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.